occupation? The siege on Gaza? Zionism? War on Lebanon? If we don't get it, if we don't get it, if we don't get it, the occupation, the siege on Gaza, Zionism, war on Lebanon, if we don't get it, 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 from Lebanon to Palestine, occupation is a crime. From Lebanon to Palestine, occupation is a crime. From Lebanon to Palestine, occupation is a crime. Thank you, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Alina, and I'm a member of the Palestinian Youth Movement, a transnational, independent, grassroots organization of young Arabs in exile, seeking the liberation of our homeland from Zionist imperialist occupation. I want to thank you all for coming out this evening to stand in support of the Lebanese people as they come under attack by the Zionist occupation. Yesterday, Israel launched its biggest assault on Lebanon since 2006. Massacring over 500 people and injuring over 1,500 in the south and eastern regions. Today, the assault continues as close to 600 civilians, including men, women, and children, have been killed at the hands of the murderous Zionist entity. In their efforts to terrorize the Lebanese people, occupation forces are conducting psychological warfare as they target civilian infrastructure and call for residents to evacuate their homes. For nearly a year, Israel has committed a genocide against the Palestinian people of Gaza with impunity, despite the efforts of mass mobilizations in every corner of the globe. The disruption of events hosting complicit politicians, protesting weapons manufacturers, nothing has been able to stop this genocide. Countries like Lebanon have dared to take action to demand an end to the continued death and destruction of our people. Now, Israel is collectively punishing the people of Lebanon to deflect from their massive failures in Gaza and their genocide. We are here together tonight for Lebanon and Gaza, for our martyrs and our prisoners, demanding an end to this genocide. I would like to begin tonight by introducing our first speaker from Healthcare Workers for Palestine, San Diego. Please welcome healthcare worker with roots in Lebanon and Palestine.
I'm here today as a messenger. I've never spoken at an action, and I'm scared to be here. However, whatever courage I've collected to speak before you today is meager compared to the courage of the Palestinian and Lebanese people facing an unfolding genocide. I'll be sharing the stories of a few Lebanese people tonight, one of whom is my grandfather. But first, I'll start with a few strangers. On September 17th, thousands of pagers exploded throughout Lebanon, in cars and shops, on streets, and inside people's homes. Again, a message appeared on each pager. 9-year-old Fatma was in her family's home and heard her father's pager beep. She picked it up and it exploded in her hands. Soon after, she succumbed to her injuries. Fatima, 9 years old, is now a martyr. Dr. Elias Wara was interviewed in the wake of this terrorist attack. For some of the patients, we had to remove both eyes. It kills me. In my past 25 years in practice, I've never removed as many eyes as I did on September 17th. As of 2 hours ago, Israel has killed at least 558 people in Lebanon, including over 50 children. One of those children was named Yasmina. She is 6 years old. She shares my sister's name. Yesterday, Israel killed one person in Lebanon every 3 minutes. Two of those people were a United Nations worker named Dina Darwish and her youngest child, Jad. They were killed in their home. They are survived by Dina's husband and other young children. Dina shares my cousin's name. And thousands more civilians whose individual names are all written on God's heart have been wounded. Yesterday was Lebanon's deadliest day since 2006, when Israel killed over 1,000 people in a month-long bombing campaign. Remember, as of now, 558 Lebanese people have been murdered in a matter of days. And now for my family. I share a small part of my grandfather's story to help you see Palestinian and Lebanese people as an indigenous people with a deep history. My ancestors were healthcare workers and Nakba survivors who all sought refuge in Lebanon. My grandfather, may he rest in power, was a humanitarian, an internationally renowned surgeon in his field, becoming an expert in neurotrauma during the Lebanese Civil War and Israeli occupation. He would be very upset with me for speaking so highly of him right now, because he was also incredibly humble. He would travel to the U.S. to share the story of his people, and was eventually invited to the Congress of Neurological Surgeons in the early 1990s to share his unique perspective on neurosurgery in a war zone. After this speech, an audience member asked, "Well, why do you stay in that country? Why don't you follow the lead of others and emigrate to greener pastures?" He responded with 2 stories. The first about a young intern. A young intern in medicine was stranded at home for 5 days because of heavy street fighting in the neighborhood. He took upon himself to try to reach the hospital where his services were direly needed because of the flow of casualties. He stole out of his home and reached his parked car. It had been damaged by a bullet. He managed to fix it only to find it empty of gas. While trying to return home for some gas, he suddenly felt a jab in his abdomen. At first he was stunned, and then he felt blood soaking in his clothes. He turned around and shouted, "I am injured. Would someone take me to the American University Hospital where I work as a doctor?" No sooner he had finished, an elderly man approached him and said, "I have just come back from the hospital where I had open heart surgery. Doctor, I will drive you there no matter what it will cost me." On the way to the hospital, the young intern begged this old man, whom he knew not, to kindly inform his wife of his predicament, sparing his father and mother who lived with him at home. The old man insisted on doing that personally and drove back after having deposited our young intern in the emergency room. No sooner did his wife know of the predicament, she insisted to go see him, not minding her pregnancy nor the shower of bullets falling around her home. Our old man volunteered and insisted on taking her to the emergency room at the risk of his own life from bullets and what might happen to his fresh heart operation. There he goes to the emergency room, and as soon as he enters, he sees the intern in a coma. He too faints to the ground. The young intern had a bullet injury to the liver. He was immediately transferred to the operating room. The second story with which my grandfather responded. A further example is that of a veiled woman who entered my empty office on one of the worst days of the fighting. I wondered what brought her to me when everybody else, including my own secretary, was looking for shelter from bombs and snipers. Said she, "Doctor, I know these are trying days and everything is scarce. I have baked a few loaves of bread and thought you and your family might do with some of them." Indeed, we had gone without bread for 3 or 4 days with a family of 6 children. One of those children is my father. She offered me 3 loaves and left. She had walked over 5 miles to bring this bread to me. As long as there are people like these in Lebanon, I will stay to serve them, no matter what the price is. And I am confident that, like the phoenix who rose from his ashes, Lebanon will and shall rise. These are stories from the 1980s. As history repeats itself, remember that these are the stories unfolding on the ground, inside and outside of overflowing hospitals, as the Lebanese people are once again hunted by a rogue terrorist state. Free Palestine! Free Palestine! Power to the people of Lebanon! And may God bless and keep the souls of the martyrs, all of whom show us what it truly means to love each other, to love God, and to love life.
Thank you, healthcare workers for Palestine. That was a powerful speech. Our next speaker is a representative from SDSU SJP. Please welcome Farah.
Hi everyone. Throughout my lifetime, my parents' lifetime, and my grandparents' lifetime, our homelands in the Middle East have faced unrelenting bombardment, devastation, and loss. Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, Palestine, and now Lebanon. Time and time again, they have been attacked, torn apart, and buried under rubble. When will we say enough is enough? When will the world stand up and refuse to watch as innocent lives are destroyed? The United States' complicity in funding and aiding the ethnic cleansing of entire countries in the Middle East is not just a stain on history. It is a sickening reality that we continue to face today. How many more nations must be reduced to ashes before the world opens its eyes? How many lives will be shattered before we say stop? Shame. Following last week's pager attack, yesterday, Israel dropped bombs on Lebanon. 558 people, mothers, fathers, children, gone. 558 dreams obliterated, futures stolen, lives stripped away. How many times do I have to repeat myself? Once again, I'm standing here in front of you all with a new death toll number to plead for the world to finally hear us. And yet, despite this endless cycle of violence, we are still here. Every time they try to silence us, we rise louder, stronger, and more determined. Through the student movement, we've seen change. We forced conversations, shifted mindsets, and challenged the very systems that uphold these injustices. We are building momentum, and we must keep showing up because every voice here matters. Every single one of us is part of the fight for justice, and we will not stop. We stand for those who can't. We speak for those voices who have been silenced, and we fight for the future our grandparents dreamt of. A future free from oppression, free from occupation, and free from fear. Even though it feels like the world hasn't heard us yet, we're not giving up. We will keep showing up. We will keep fighting. And we will keep being here until the U.S. stops being complicit in these war crimes. And until the bombs stop falling. And until the people of the Middle East can finally live in peace. Free Palestine! Thank you.
Thank you, Farah. Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
And end the occupation!
End the occupation!
Thank you, SJP, for that speech. Our next speaker will be Tom from Jewish Voices for Peace.
Good evening. Jewish Voice for Peace, San Diego, proudly steps forward to stand today in support and solidarity with the people of Lebanon who have been victimized by a Zionist terroristic pager attack and then by widespread Israeli air and artillery attacks that have killed and wounded thousands. These crimes once again highlight the cynicism and folly of the United States blank check policy of supplying endless weapons and money to support Israel's aggression. Israel carries out these attacks, yes, but they fly American aircraft, don't they? They drop American bombs, they fire American artillery shells, and American taxpayers pay for it all, billions of dollars.
Shame!
Most Americans don't know that the armed resistance forces in Lebanon don't stand alone. They stand at the center of a widespread network of medical clinics, schools, food banks, markets, child care centers, agricultural support projects. The same exploding devices that attacked armed fighters also blinded a nurse in a hospital, killed a teacher at a school, blew off the hand of an agricultural expert helping Lebanese farmers dig a well to water their crops. To the Zionists, these side harms of their terrorist attack are not unintended at all. The Zionists believe that their enemies are not just the armed resistance in Lebanon, but the masses of the Lebanese people themselves. Jewish Voice for Peace is the world's largest organization of anti-Zionist Jews. Our members are Jews and also like-minded non-Jews who are connected to the Jewish community and who respect, honor, and value the Jewish people. The main insight of JVP is emphasizing the difference between Judaism itself and the poisonous political ideology of Zionism. Judaism is an ancient tradition, a remarkable history. It's a religion, a people, a cultural worldview focused on inquiry and debate, determining how to live and to do right in the larger world. Zionism is not Judaism. Judaism is a poisonous political ideology that teaches that Jews should expel the people of Palestine, steal their land and possessions, and create a Jewish ethno-state where only Jews enjoy the full rights of citizenship. The Zionists carry out this twisted goal through expulsion, discrimination, oppression, and war, and ultimately by genocide. And the Zionists brag that they commit their crimes in the name of all the Jews of the world. It is the bitterest irony that Zionists use the legacy of the Holocaust to justify carrying out the same crimes of racism, violence, war, and genocide themselves. Jewish Voice for Peace rejects the goal of the Zionists. We denounce the crimes Israel commits in pursuit of that twisted goal. We say to the Zionists, you're not doing this in our name. Jewish Voice for Peace says this: the right way to honor the memory of the Jews who perished in the European pogroms and the Holocaust is not by carrying out Zionist pogroms and genocide against the Arab peoples. The right way forward is to become allies of the victims of Zionist aggression, to offer our support to the Arab peoples of the Middle East in their resistance to Zionist attacks, to promote the just efforts of the Arab peoples to free themselves from European and American imperialism, and to free themselves from the tyranny of the reactionary regimes that exist in so many countries in the region. That's the right path for Jews, and that's the right path for everyone.
Thank you so much, Jewish Voice for Peace. Our next speaker will be Summer with CAIR San Diego.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you all. I would like to start off with the direct action. I'm going to give you all a minute to pull out your phones and to text the number 97016. 97016. And in the text box, you're going to put Marcellus. 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 Anybody need the number again? 97016 for the number. And you're going to text Marcellus. Marcellus. There is an imam, an innocent imam, awaiting his decision to, or essentially it is known that he is going to be executed on death row. He was executed, unfortunately. May Allah let his soul rest in peace. But how can we ever think that an imam, or, God's plan is the greatest, and that's all we have to remember. But when the state won't bat an eye on killing one innocent imam, what will stop them from killing 40,000 innocent Palestinians or thousands of innocent Lebanese? We are all connected, and truly, none of us are free until we are all free. The prison industrial complex that's here in the United States is mirrored off the one that's in Palestine that the Palestinian men are subject to. None of us are free until we are all free. And we must work to teach and to work as freedom. We know that every day we wake up, these headlines get worse. We would have never expected expected, or we as Arabs and people with the consciousness could see this happening, but the rest of the world wouldn't see that this is more than just what happened October 7th, that they have a plan to carry out genocide and to grab more land. But other people can't comprehend. But again, no matter if you're innocent or whatnot, they won't bat an eye as long as it accomplishes their agenda. Let this serve as a reminder. As long as there is a genocide, none of you are safe. None of you. Because we are all humans. What separates us from the Lebanese people? What separates us from the Palestinian people? Virtually nothing. We happen to be born at the right place at the right time. And as long as there is a genocide and state-sanctioned violence of this scale, you are all one day subject to it. Get comfortable with it. So that's why it's our role. It is our job to advocate while we can. We have the privilege to do so. Understand that you as United States citizens and as you as people who live here have the ability to shape power, because we know the United States politics shape politics all over the world. That's what happens when we live in an imperialistic state. But it's your job. You all have an opportunity. You all have a way to shape it, and it starts on the local level. You all must go out and make sure your voices are heard, because we all belong in these cities and in these institutions just as much as anyone else. We can work towards creating a better world, and we must understand again, as long as there is state-sanctioned violence of this scale, that Palestinians are getting murdered in the thousands, that Congress is passing laws attempting to hide the actual death toll, which is 186,000, that it is our job to bring it to light, that it is our job to tell the people what is experiencing, because we one day will be subject to it. We saw the veil drop and fascism prevail as the students decided to stand up and protest. That was fascism on full display, and guess what? We are subject to it, but we must take advantage of the now. We stand up for everyone, because again, doesn't matter if you're innocent, they will manufacture any kind of consent to prove why and to justify why they're bombing. Already, Benjamin Netanyahu put out a video specifically in English with English subtitles warning the Lebanese people. When we know the people of Lebanon are Arab, they speak Arabic, it's all by design, manufacturing the consent to slaughter the thousands. That is why it's our job to push these to the front, our concerns, their voices, and to make sure we create legitimate change. None of us are free until we are all free. Get comfortable with that. Understand that. Work towards that. Because we are capable of doing this. We've seen what has happened in the past, and what makes us different? Nothing. Except that we will be capable of doing this and creating the change that we want to see. Firmly believe that and understand God's plan is the greatest. Allah yarham Imam Marcellus, Allah yarham all the people of Lebanon and the people of Palestine, for those people are the strongest. They fear nothing. It is our job to stand up for them, to speak up for them, and create change for them. We will free Palestine, free Lebanon, and end the prison industrial complex, inshallah. Thank you.
Thank you, Summer with CAIR San Diego. I want to remind everybody why we are here today, why we are standing together, and why it's important we're always standing together. The videos and pictures and horrific scenes that we've been seeing coming out of Lebanon the past week, the past month, very similar videos and scenes that we've been seeing coming out of Gaza for the past year. We will not let the Zionist entity get away with this. We will hold them accountable. From Lebanon to Palestine. Occupation is a crime. From Lebanon to Palestine. Occupation is a crime. Occupation is a crime. From the belly of the beast. Hands off the Middle East. From the belly of the beast. justice is our root. From Gaza to Beirut. Justice, justice is our root. From Gaza to Beirut. From Lebanon to Palestine. Occupation is a crime. From Lebanon to Palestine. Occupation is a crime. Free, free, free Palestine. And the occupation. Free, free, free Palestine. And the occupation. And the occupation. We will honor all our martyrs. All the parents, mothers, fathers. We will honor all our martyrs. All the children, sons and daughters. We will honor all our martyrs. All the children, sons and daughters. Free, free, free Palestine. And the occupation. Free, free, free Palestine. And the occupation. Hands off Lebanon. Hands off Lebanon. Hands off Gaza. Hands off Gaza. From Lebanon to Palestine. Occupation is a crime. From Lebanon to Palestine. Occupation is a crime. Occupation is a crime.
Thank you everyone for coming out today. We are here in support of the people of Lebanon and the people of Palestine. We are gonna do a chant in Arabic to send it to them over there to show our solidarity. But if you don't know Arabic, you should just follow my pace. من لبنان للشتات وحدة الساحات من لبنان للشتات وحدة الساحات من لبنان لفلسطين شعب واحد ما بيلين شعب واحد ما بيلين من لبنان لفلسطين تسقط إسرائيل تسقط إسرائيل ويسقط معها كل عميل ويسقط معها كل عميل. Alright, we're gonna do this again, but just follow my clap, okay? من لبنان للشتات وحدة الساحات من لبنان للشتات وحدة الساحات من شتات لفلسطين شعب واحد ما بيلين شعب واحد ما بيلين شعب واحد ما بيلين من لبنان لفلسطين تسقط إسرائيل تسقط إسرائيل تسقط إسرائيل ويسقط معها كل عميل ويسقط معها كل عميل. Free, free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free.
Palestine.
Free, free, free Palestine.
Say it loud, say it clear.
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 Liberation is near.
Liberation is near.
Liberation is near.
Liberation is near.
Glory, glory to all our martyrs.
Glory, glory to all our martyrs.
To all our sons and our daughters.
Our sons and our daughters.
Glory, glory to all our martyrs.
Glory, glory to all our martyrs.
All our sons and our daughters.
All our sons and our daughters.
Every day, every night.
Every day, every night.
Palestine is our fight.
Palestine is our fight.
And every day and every night.
Every day and every night.
Lebanon is our fight.
Lebanon is our fight.
Every day, every night.
Every day, every night.
Palestine is our fight.
Palestine is our fight.
Every day, every night.
Every day, every night.
Lebanon is our fight.
Lebanon is our fight.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Justice is our demand.
Justice is our demand.
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land.
Justice is our demand.
Justice is our demand.
No peace on stolen land.
No peace on stolen land.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Justice.
When do we want it?
Now.
If we don't get it.
Shut it down.
If we don't get it.
Shut it down.
If we don't get it.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
From the belly of the beast,
From the belly of the beast.
hands off the Middle East.
Hands off the Middle East.
I would like to welcome our next speaker, Doris from the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee.
I could talk about my village forever, my little village in southern Lebanon. I'm mostly Lebanese, a little bit Palestinian, so it's been kind of, the grieving is big. Most of my family lives in Beirut, and to the north, I think the people of the south left several weeks ago. Anyway, this little village, Kfar Huna, is known for its za'atar, its arak, its kish, which is this yogurt, dry yogurt dish you mix with meat, and its za'atar. It's a beautiful little village, just a couple of hundred families, half Shiite, half Malkite, half Christian, half Muslim. And I think about it often. Beautiful, you can walk around the entire village in 15 minutes. And it's known for its sources. It has two springs, right? One next to the mosque and the other one next to the church. We've learned a lot this year. I've learned a lot, even though I've been fighting for 40 years about Palestine and Lebanon and everything. I mean, it's like so intergenerational. Our kids, our grandparents, my parents. But we've learned a lot this year that certain things are irrefutable. The United States is behind all of this. And if you had any doubts, we don't anymore. Israel is our death squad in the region. If you had any doubts, we don't anymore. Zionism is not Judaism, as so eloquently you put it earlier. And it's time to fight a different way. Because we felt like such a minority for so long, Arab Americans, we had to pick our battles. That's what we talked about it, how we talked about it. There weren't enough of us to pick every battle. But you know what? Now we have enough of us to pick every battle, to fight the big lies, to fight the big lies and the small lies. Every single one. 70% of the American people are behind us, eager to learn and end our industrial military white supremacist foreign policy. 70%. But about only 10 or 15% of our elected officials in our civic institutions are there. They're behind. But there's enough of us to change that. The American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee is the largest, oldest civil rights organization for Arab Americans. It began in 1980 after a series of various things were going on by Senator James Aberizik, who was the senator of South Dakota, whose landmark accomplishments was civil rights for indigenous Americans. He, in fact, grew up on an Lakota reservation. And these are just things that remind us about how these issues are still looming for us. You know, the rights of all people and the end of white supremacy. So I just want to say one thing. We have a lot of work to do. And I'm going to give you my email address so you could be on our newsletter and we could sign you up for all the tasks. The ADL in this town and the AJC, which is another name for the ADL because the ADL has been called, the Anti-Defamation League has been rejected by Wikipedia as a reliable source, okay? We have to show up everywhere they show up in this town. What's local is global. My email address is Doris, D-O-R-I-S, B as in boy, I-T-T-A-R, @gmail.com. Let me put you on our mailing list. You don't have to be an Arab. And let's put you on a committee and let's show up at all the places in San Diego County we need to be to educate people and to give them the courage to turn this big, ugly, militaristic, supremacist ship around. Thank you.
Thank you, Doris. I'd like to remind everybody that we are rallying here today, not in vain, and that we are in front of the federal building on purpose, to hold the federal building and to hold our federal government accountable for genocide. Our next speaker will be Imam Taha with the Islamic Center of San Diego.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Thank you, Samar, for reminding us about our dear brother Williams Marcellus, who was just executed. Rahimahullah. And this is his last wish. His number was 163729. And his last wish was, all praise to Allah in every situation. Rahimahullah. May Allah shower him with His infinite mercy and grant him Jannat al-Firdaus. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, shower with His infinite mercy all the victims of the genocide in Gaza, West Bank, the entire Palestine, Lebanon, everywhere. And honestly, it's not a genocide anymore. It's beyond genocide. It's an extermination of a population. Let's put it this way. It started as a genocide. Now it's becoming an extermination. And we have heard statements from Zionist politicians, and many of them talking about, shutting down the entire Gaza, flattening it, and getting rid of the entire population of Palestine. Today, the United States Council of Muslim Organizations, USMO, strongly condemns the Israeli government's undiscriminated bombing of civilians in Lebanon and calls for the Biden administration to end all American military and financial support. The Israeli indiscriminate bombardment of Lebanon today, which was yesterday, exclusively targeting heavily populated civilian centers, bears the monstrous hallmark of Israeli military doctrine of deliberately attacking civilians. Yesterday and today, more victims. Up to yesterday, 35 children killed, 39 women killed, 492 civilians killed, 2 medics killed, and today 1 reporter, media reporter, killed. 1,246 seriously wounded. That means in less than a week, the Israeli military civilian killing war machine has deliberately obliterated more than 500 innocent lives. So these crimes and these crimes against humanity that we have seen starting in Gaza and then the West Bank and now going to Lebanon is something that the entire world is watching. And to be honest with you, my brothers and sisters here today, I can tell you that throughout the last year we have been mobilizing ourselves and our fellow men and women. We have been hitting the road and we have been very loud. At this moment we need to turn our voices, we need to turn our mobilization, we need to turn our voices and movement into action, into political action. Because those who have allowed the genocide, the extermination of the people, those who have shipped all type of weapons to them are still in power. They are still in power and they believe that they will remain in power whatever they do because they think that we cannot take any political action. I believe now it's time to turn our anger, our frustration, our mobilization, our voices into a political action, and they need to learn the consequence of what they have been doing, all the crimes that they have been doing. I would like to end by praying to Almighty God, the Lord of the world, the creator of the heavens and the earth, to shower His mercy upon all the victims all over the world. The victims of tyranny, of oppression, of genocide, the victims of injustice in Gaza, Palestine, Lebanon, and all over the world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower them with His infinite mercy. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to be used as means, as instruments of spreading peace and justice in this world. Ameen.
Ameen. Jazakallah khair, Imam Taha. Quick announcement, if I can please have everybody move in. We don't want anybody standing on the streets. We want everybody to feel safe. We have plenty of room here. Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
And end the occupation!
And the occupation!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
And end the occupation!
And the occupation!
From Lebanon to Palestine!
Lebanon to Palestine!
Occupation is a crime!
Occupation is a crime!
From Lebanon to Palestine!
Lebanon to
being here again.
Palestine and Sudan. I'm from Sudan. Palestine is dying. Sudan is dying. Palestine is dying. And Sudan is dying. What the reason? What the government make it for United States?
Thank you for your support. We appreciate you coming out.
I'm dying. I'm here for United States, 20 years old. 20 years. I'm from Sudan. I make Palestine. Palestine, Allahu Akbar.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. Thank you.
I'm from Sudan. I'm from Palestine. I'm from Egypt. I'm from everything. For Muslim. But God is one.
Thank you, sister. Thank you for joining us today.
Christian and Muslim is one God. It's one God.
Thank you, sister.
It's one
That's the
God.
poem.
You Christian, you say Hallelujah. I'm Muslim, I say Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammad Rasulullah. But God is one. But you go for different way. Why? You kill the people for what? United States now?
Thank you. We appreciate it. We stand with the people of Palestine, people of Sudan, and everyone. Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
And the occupation! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine! Free Palestine! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Free Palestine! Free Palestine! And end the occupation! And end the occupation!
Our next speaker will be reciting a poem. Please welcome Palestinian Lebanese youth.
Everything for Muslim. Yes. Everybody kill the Muslim for what?
Please welcome our next speaker who will be reciting a poem.
I have something on my heart. We all do. It's not Muslim. Palestine. Christian, Palestine. Sudan, Christian, for Sudan too. Why? The government shall make everything. It's okay, sister. It's okay. It's not Muslim. It's not a Muslim. It's Christian from Sudan and Christian from Iraq and Christian from Palestine. It's not Muslim. That's true. I'm so tired. I'm so tired for my heart. No! For everybody. Sudan. Wait. Sudan have Christian. Palestine have Christian. Egypt have Christian. Why? She don't kill. Why she don't Muslim? Yeah, I'm
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. We're now going to listen to a poem. We are now going to listen to a poem by a Palestinian Lebanese artist and student. Please help me in welcoming Noura to the stage.
Hi everyone, my name is Noura. Can everyone hear me? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to be sharing one of my poems called My Favorite Color. Red is my favorite color. I hadn't realized how much it meant to me until I started seeing the lines on my flag. Green, white, black, and red. Pomegranates bleed like how my neighbors bleed in the building next to me. The scene from my third floor building looks like my teta's hands when opening a pomegranate. Thick, cold, messy, blood red. Blood boils through me as there's no door to knock on when I want to go and play. Pomegranate juice everywhere, falling between the cracks of the broken clay of our homes. Pomegranates are sweet, but there's nothing sweet about it smeared there and left there to decay. I thought we were going to play. Green is my favorite color. I hadn't realized how much it meant to me until I started seeing the lines on my flag. Red, white, black, and green. Green is beyond our forests and ever so large mountains covered in agriculture. It is the lines that are drawn on every olive leaf. It is the leaves that are so intricately attached to every olive my ancestors picked. It is the grass my ancestors walked on as they along trading routes from Haifa to Ramla, which is how I got my mother's last name. It is the very olives I eat, the very olives I squeeze to make liquid gold to then put on the za'atar my teta picked. It is the very feeling of resistance that pulses through me to touch, smell, and feel the very lands my ancestors walked on will be my privilege. Or it may be my kids' privilege. Either way, Palestinian blood continues to live despite all efforts to destroy it. You say kill them all. I say you can never kill a people who knows that death is never the end. Black is my favorite color. I hadn't realized how much it meant to me until I started seeing the lines on my flag. Red, green, white, and black. Once the black sky is no longer blue, I take cover with nowhere to take cover except under the prayer set of my mother, finding the darkest parts so all I see is black. Not the bright lit skies full of bombs that I can still see under my mom. I wonder when darkness, when black meant safety. Meant I didn't have to pray Janazah the next day. Meant my friends and I can still go outside and play. Meant I can find a way to live my life to see another day. Black is my favorite color. Black is what I'm covered under. The rubble of my home is black, my whole body is black. My mother lays next to me, I search for her prayer clothes to hide under, I can't find them. They're nowhere to be seen, there's nowhere I can hide to see nothing but darkness. White is my favorite color. I hadn't realized how much it meant to me until I started seeing the lines on my flag. Red, black, green, and white. White like doves that soar across the sky, white as the snow falls and covers the northernmost parts of Al-Khadil. White symbolizes the purity and the authenticity of the Palestinian people. The love we possess, the love we share, Palestinian love is unlike any other. To love a Palestinian and to be loved by a Palestinian is only something that can be understood on the receiving side of this blessing. Our flag has white, our kufiya has white, but our men, women, and children are wrapped in white. We bundle them up in bundles of love in its most pure, authentic form. We kiss our goodbyes, holding on because it is our last, begging to be wrapped in white next. Palestinian love is unlike any other. To be Palestinian means you must love like a Palestinian, which means you must connect like a Palestinian, and once that connection is made, it is unbreakable. White bundles cannot break us. Multiple white bundles cannot break us. Hundreds of white bundles cannot break us, so what makes you think thousands can? My mother and sisters were martyred, but what you haven't realized is that you left 3 sons. Sons that will rise up to resist in the name of the white bundles that he wrapped his mothers and sisters in. The bundles of memories, the bundles of care, the bundles of love, the bundles of resistance. So in the flag of my existence, colors weave stories untold. A symphony of hues, emotions unfold. Red, the fervent passion that beats in my chest. Pomegranate-stained echoes, a narrative of unrest. Thick, cold, messy, blood-red threads through broken slabs, a tale of playtime that shreds. Green, the vibrant spirit of ancestral lands, olive leaves whispering resistance in strands. A journey from Haifa to Ramla, a legacy to claim. Liquid gold, a touch of resistance, a familial flame. Black, the cloak of shadows in the darkest nights, a refuge under prayers escaping the bombing's fright. Rubble of home, a body covered in darkness yet in black, a resistance that defies the starkness. White, the purity of love and authentic embrace, doves soaring, snow falling, covering with grace. And bundles of white, love's farewell, a connection unmendable, a resistance unbreakable, a testament to existence. The flag unfolds stories, a canvas of strife, red, green, black, and white, colors of life. In every pigment, a chapter of existence told, a people's unwavering love where resistance is in colors bold. Thank you.
That was a beautiful performance. Thank you so much. Can we give one more round of applause for that performance? Our next and last speaker will be a representative from the Palestinian Youth Movement. Please give it up for Farida.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
And the occupation!
And the occupation!
And the occupation!
And the occupation!
My name is Farida, and as Lena mentioned, I'm here on behalf of the Palestinian Youth Movement. We are so glad to see the numbers and support of our community out here today in the middle of a work day, in the middle of the week, in the wake of a massacre. But as we stand here, we know that we are on stolen land. And so I open with the acknowledgement that as people pushing and fighting and speaking out for the liberation of our own people, we must also stand in solidarity with the occupied Kumeyaay indigenous nation of this land. And we know that until all our brothers and sisters living under occupation are liberated, we are not liberated. And I want to thank the beautiful poet for her words. Words that bring us to tears. Because today we stand here, proud of our community, but heartbroken, devastated. Because for almost a year, we have witnessed a televised massacre. For almost a year, we have seen our people in Gaza brutally murdered, mutilated, imprisoned. And we saw that when our brothers and sisters in Yemen had the bravery to stand up against the Zionist entity called Israel, they were bombed. And we saw that when the Lebanese people mustered up the courage that no other country has shown for our people, they were massacred. Shame! In 1 week, we have witnessed as first dozens were attacked in their homes, with their families, at work, asleep, awake, it doesn't matter. Because genocide does not discriminate.
You are right.
And so for our children, for our fathers, for our mothers that were murdered, what do we say? And yesterday, when over 500 were murdered and thousands injured, what do we say? Shame. Who do we look to? Who do we blame? We have seen that Israel bombs without impunity. And we have seen that this is only possible because of the U.S.'s unconditional, unwavering support of this beast. Shame! And they should be ashamed, but they're not, because they are complicit. Because the U.S. is backing this genocide. And we can't look to the U.S. to stop murdering our people. We know that the power is not in the state. We're not looking to our politicians to free us. We're beyond demanding a ceasefire. We've needed a ceasefire since 1948.
our own hands because we know the only power is the power of the people. So we're not asking for reparations. We're not asking. We are demanding by any means necessary. We will stand up. We will support our people's right to resist. Whether it's in Yemen, in Palestine. Because we know that it is the right of any occupied people, any brutalized people, to resist until they are liberated. And that's why our role in the U.S., while not on the front lines, is to strike where we know it will hit. And that's by targeting companies like Maersk, one of the largest logistics manufacturers in this country, responsible for the production of billions of dollars of weapons that Israel uses every single day. And so it is our role right here in these colonized United States to do something about that. The time for being silent has ended. And so we will demand and we will push and we will pressure Maersk until they fully divest and end all contracts with Israel. And we also stand with our brothers and sisters in Sudan. And although today we feel discouraged, although today we feel grief, we feel pain, I assure you that the tide is turning. I assure you that there is fear in the entity and there is fear in the belly of the empire. In 1982, when Israel invaded Beirut, Lebanon resisted and was victorious. In 2006, when Israel declared war on Lebanon, Lebanon resisted. And we see the south of Lebanon remain free, standing under the banner of their own flag. And so we know, just like we have seen the resilience, the bravery of our people in Gaza for 10 months, we have seen the bravery of our people in Lebanon and our people in Yemen, and we know that our people will pave the way for us to the path to liberation. Our people continue to lead the call with their resistance, with their unwavering strength, with their fear of nothing and no one but God. Because our people know that the empire is falling. Imperialism is a beast that has laid its hands all over this world. And anywhere that you strike it, it is a victory for all occupied people. And we know that today we mourn, today we gather, and today we recover. But tomorrow, we are one step closer towards liberation. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Farida. From the belly of the beast.
From the belly of the beast.
Hands off the Middle East.
Hands off the Middle East.
From the belly of the beast.
From the belly of the beast.
Hands off the Middle East.
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 From the river to
Alright, we're gonna do the same one that we did earlier. So I'm gonna need everyone to clap with me. I'm gonna do it twice. The first time is gonna be a little slower. It goes like this. من لبنان للشتات
من لبنان للشتات
وحدة الساحات
وحدة الساحات
الشتات لفلسطين
الشتات لفلسطين
لاعب واحد ما بيلين
شعب واحد ما بيلين
من لبنان لفلسطين
من لبنان لفلسطين
تسقط إسرائيل
تسقط إسرائيل
تسقط إسرائيل
تسقط إسرائيل
تسقط إسرائيل
تسقط إسرائيل
ويسقط معها كل عميل
يسقط معها كل عميل
ويسقط معها كل عميل
يسقط معها كل عميل.
Alright, that was great.
October marks 1 year since our people in Gaza showed the world that the Palestinian people will continue to resist their continued displacement and dispossession by the colonizer. And that we will not stand idle as our people endure genocide. We will not rest until Palestine is free. Join us. I urge you all to join us on October 5th here in San Diego for the international call to action. Remembering 1 year of resistance and to make it clear that we will continue to fight for the ultimate liberation of Palestine. Please follow us on social media. Follow PYM for updates. We will be having an event very soon to prepare for our October 5th event. Again, thank you all for being here tonight. And we will continue to see you at our next event. Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
And the occupation!
And the occupation!
Free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
And the occupation!
And the occupation!
That concludes our program for today. We will be having Maghrib prayer for anybody who would like to join.